Hello readers, I'm Eric from ANDROIDPIT and I'm sitting here with Sebastian Ulrich, Managing Director at HMD Global, maker of Nokia phones. Sebastian, tell us a bit about yourself. When have you started at Nokia or HMD Global and what is your position?
So I've started actually last year in October. So and as just said, I mean, we are a startup company, and that I had to start really from the scratch. So we had no office, we had no laptops, nothing like that. So we really started from the scratch. We founded the company on the 1st of December then. And by now we have in Germany like 17 people who are currently working together with me to make that a huge success. I'm personally 40 years old and I'm the managing director of Germany and Switzerland.
What was your first Nokia phone in your life?
That's interesting. I can hardly remember. I think it was a 5110 or something like that. One with the exchangeable covers, basically express-on covers. So it was basically at the age, I think it was like 16. And I never thought I would use a smartphone or a mobile phone in these times. So I thought it's completely useless. But then I took a Nokia for my first phone, yes, I remember.
So you've been working with Nokia in the past and you've seen the times when it was Symbian, when it was Windows, and now it's Android. What are your learnings from those periods?
Well, I joined Nokia 2005, basically, at the period where Nokia was at a market share of like 45% globally. And even in Germany, we were even close to 50% market share. It was really a huge success in these kind of times. But I mean, over the time, I mean, it became a more competitive market environment, and we had to basically set up the business completely different. I think what now makes the big change for us is obviously consumers wanted to have also a Nokia smartphone based on Android. And as Android is the most popular kind of operating system globally with like 87% of global smartphone share, we decided to move so. And I think it was a smart move because we are basically delivering to consumers what they always wanted. And yeah, really looking forward to that.
So there's been a bit of a mix-up with Nokia and HMD Global as maker of Nokia phones. Can you explain to the readers a bit what the relationship between Nokia and HMD Global is, and what is the one thing making and what is the other thing making?
Well, I mean, as a startup, we have a completely different company setup than most of the other competitors out there. So we use a so-called kind of partnering model where we have different partners that we work with. And one of them obviously is Nokia. So we have acquired as HMD the 10 years kind of brand license to use the Nokia branding on our smartphones. So that is basically a self-extending kind of contractual agreement that we have. And we are now starting with the Nokia 3, the Nokia 5, and the Nokia 6 to roll that out. On the other hand, we have two other really important partners for us, which is basically number one is Foxconn, obviously. So all our products are being basically made in the factories of Foxconn, where we have huge benefits when it comes to the production facilities as well as the scale of the business. So, I mean, we are a startup and we have like 470 people working in HMD globally, but we are currently setting up the launch of all those 3 smartphones in 150 countries simultaneously. So that is something which has never been done before. And last but not least, there's obviously Google, so where we have Android as the operating system. And the way how we implement Android is also completely different to most of the competitors which are out there. So we use basically Android in the purest form. So we don't have any bloatware on the device as such, which basically means you have a longer battery lifetime, you have a better performance due to, let's say, less software running in the background. And one of the key benefits, which I consider for the consumers being super great, is the fact that we have the monthly security updates, which we commit to. So all of these devices will receive monthly security updates and will be always up to date based on Nokia.
Yeah, so far you're a bit faster than Google, even as I've seen. So congratulations for that. Yeah. So can you tell me what your one single favorite feature of Android is?
Well, I personally like the Photos app. So the reason for that is very simple. I mean, you always struggle if you do a lot of photos, and many consumers actually do because they have their smartphone always with them. You always struggle to find enough space, basically, where you can upload your photos. And Google Photos actually offers the opportunity just of unlimited space in the cloud for your photos. So would be my favorite app.
Okay. HMD Global decided to partner with Zeiss. It's a German lens manufacturer that is specialized in photographic lenses. And so what can we see with HMD and Zeiss in that partnership in the future?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's a really honor for us to partner with Zeiss because, I mean, as you know, we have been partnering with them in the past as well. But I think it's it's a very kind of good situation that we are in, that actually Carl Zeiss decided to partner with a startup company like we are. So the partnership is based on the fact that we are not just taking the branding of Carl Zeiss and putting that on the back of our cameras. It's more based on the fact that we jointly develop the next, let's say, level of photography in the smartphone. And that is the kind of basis of the foundation of our collaboration. And as you can see on the smartphones at the moment, so we don't have a Carl Zeiss logo on those devices at the moment. But I would say, I mean, watch out the space. Obviously, there's a lot of room for further devices in the future where we might see Carl Zeiss technology being implemented.
Okay, so is that one of your challenges for 2017, or where do you think the HMD will go with their phones other than that?
I think, as just said, I mean, we are a startup. We just founded the company half a year ago, basically. And I mean, as a new company, you completely need to set up the processes. I mean, we are just launching in 150 countries simultaneously. As I said, this has never been done before. And of course, we face a lot of challenges. But I think the most important thing for us in 2017 will be that our devices that we bring to the market will be based on, will be meeting the consumer expectations, what they have. And consumers, when they think about Nokia, they think about durability, they think about easiness of use, they think about long battery lifetime, all these kind of elements, also the iconic and puristic design. And it will be, for us, it will be crucial to basically hold that promise to the consumer. I think everybody knows Nokia. I mean, the brand awareness is close to 100%, and that's a really good starting point. But we also have to deliver against these promises that people basically associate when they think about Nokia.
So have you been checking out the feedback of your users so far? What is it so far? Do they like it, and what do they wish to have for the next products?
I think we are in a very early phase. However, I mean, we have already some learnings from different other markets. So as I said, I mean, the Nokia 5 and Nokia 3 just landed in the market. Nokia 6 is going to be launched in roughly 1.5 weeks time frame. When it comes to the satisfaction of the consumers, what we have learned so far is that they are really satisfied. So from other markets, we know, and that is an interesting fact. I mean, the majority of the people actually purchasing one of our phones has never had a Nokia before, which I think is a surprising thing. You would actually expect something completely different. And on the other hand, we actually measure a so-called Net Promoter Score, which basically asks, would you recommend that device to a friend or family? And if you don't answer with 9 or 10 out of a 10 kind of scale, you would actually say no. So 9 and 10 are really yes, and the others are basically no. We see that the responses to that are really, really great and positive. So I think we have high hopes, and I think we can be very satisfied with the launch that we so far have.
Okay, one last question for our Brazilian readers. Do you think that they will see one of those devices hit their market soon?
I think so. I don't know the concrete go-to-market for Brazil at the moment, but I can tell you that Nokia was always a brand which used to be from 20 euros to 500 euros. But on the other hand, it was also a brand which you could buy basically everywhere. And this is also the philosophy that we are, let's say, taking forward. And as a result, I truly believe that we will also have, not only in Brazil, but also in all the other places of the world, Nokia phones moving forward.
I'm really looking forward to the brand Nokia being in good hands with HMD Global, and so far, well, I'm thrilled to get my hands on those devices and really thoroughly test them. So thanks for coming here. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.